It is about your own child's career and college journey. So it is very, 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 very important for all of you. Let me quickly enable the chat. Akash, if we can enable the chat for everybody, um, and try and see which all cities are you joining in, your fingers on your keyboards. Let's see which cities are you joining in and which countries are you joining in, so that I get a brief understanding and I can tailor make my talk like that. Indore, Noida, Mumbai, Udaipur, Rajasthan, Amritsar, Mumbai, India, Mumbai, Faridabad, Ahmedabad, Pune, Ghaziabad. I see Bangalore down south coming in. I see west of India. I see Bihar. I see Patiala. Pretty much, I see Gujarat, definitely Maharashtra, Nagpur, Mumbai represented well. Pune represented well. I see Gurgaon, exactly from the city I am talking to all of you. I see West Bengal. Mumbai is there in big numbers, it seems. Delhi is there in big numbers, it seems. Amazing, amazing. I see a lot of down south. I see East India now. I see a lot of you from Eastern India. Great. Amazing. Thank you so much. All right. Quickly, fingers on your keyboard. Tell me what brings you here. Just 3 words is what you get. 3 words, what makes you come here so that I can tailor make my talk accordingly. Is it colleges? Is it careers? What makes you come here? Shaurya says faith on you. Thank you so much, Shaurya. Careers, college, stream selection. Why did you guys not do any stream selection so far? Co-curriculars, future colleges, guidance with AI. Okay, amazing. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Good to see you all here. I hope you are ready with your pens and papers, because remember, a small pen is better than big memory. We're going to talk a lot. We will try and see if I can keep half an hour only for question and answers later on. I also want you all to understand that when I start these kind of sessions, I do not care about time. I leave the decision on you, whether your own career and college selection is important for you and how much it is important for you. So I leave the decision on you. If you are ready with your pen and paper, then you will make the most of it. Admitting one last person, we are already 180 plus, 182. Waiting to see if it crosses 200 at this point of time on a weekday evening, um, and that too late in the night. Some of you, if you're there on the camera, thank you so much. Bhavika, Ekta, Yati, Krunali Kothari, Tanishka, Ananya, Sandhya, Avni Gyan, Alka Sharma, Purvi Mota, Harsh, Swapna Vishwanath, Sia Singhvi, Jayank, Pooja Wadhwa, Keshav, Shweta Srivastava, uh, Dwij Bhandari, everybody. Sri Hari, thank you so much for being on the camera. Yashasvi, Disha, Rohit, Himanshu, Ariman, thank you. And you will be the ones, if you're there on the camera, for me to uh, take your questions from. I will not take any questions from the chat. I repeat, I will not take any questions from the chat. I'm repeating once again, I will not take any questions from the chat. Let me quickly share my screen. Awesome. It's always good to tell you who are we. So let me quickly move on. My name is Abhishek Gupta. I'm an alum of University of California, Los Angeles. Some of you might have Googled me, figured me out, done your research. Technically, yes, though I'm not a big fan of these awards. Technically, I'm the only Times Education icon as a career counselor in the country. Counseled about 100,000 students. And I'm also the founder of 3 organizations. One is called High School Moms, which is world's largest parent-student community today. About 45 million parents and students are a part of the network. What you see on the screen is just one of the sessions where every high schooler is joined by the parent. Every year, we do about 100 such sessions across length and breadth of this country and outside this country. High School Moms is your community. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group if you're a mother. Dads, please stay out of the Facebook group. but you can follow us on Instagram as a father. Yeah, kind of weird that as a father of a high schooler myself, I'm the founder of a mother's community. But it is no more a mother's community. It is a parent and a student community. I'm also the founder of International Alliance of Counselors and Educators. It is a consortium of 1,500 high schools and 200 best of the best universities around the world. When you think of a highly ranked university, think of INACE and high school moms because they are members of our alliance. What you see on the screen is 250 principals holding high school moms and guide placard, um, attending my annual conference where 3 days we locked them in a resort. That picture was clicked in W Goa. We lock them in a resort and we talk about your child. We basically talk about how should teachers teach so that the child resonates. Um, I'm also the founder of Guide AI. Guide AI is a college and career counseling company. So high school moms and INACE is a community. Sessions like these are done by high school moms and INACE, and Guide is the service that we provide. So we provide college counseling, career counseling, admissions to only highly ranked universities. We are not agents. We only focus on top 50 universities around the world and top five in India. That's it. That's what we focus on. And all the 10,000 students who come to us every year, they end up going only to these institutions. We do not even make anybody apply to top 50 first. We are heavily focused on top 50. I always say that एक बच्चा कभी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में नहीं जाता, उसके पेरेंट्स भेजते हैं. एक बच्चा कभी स्कॉलरशिप नहीं लाता, उसके पेरेंट्स दिलाते हैं. So it's never the child who goes into a good university. It's an intentional parent who makes a child to go to a good university. And it's never a child who gets a scholarship. It's an intentional parent who is working behind the scenes to get the scholarship. And I'll give you a small example before I go ahead. But before that, Guide is the only company from India selected by Forbes um, for college and career counseling among the top 200 companies with global impact. And the parameter was very simple: the amount of scholarships we are able to bring for our students. Last year, we got $23 million in scholarships, including 100% scholarships from some of the best universities in India and outside India. And this year, we are already sitting on $41 million of scholarship for our students. We are members of all top-notch alliances, International ACAC, School Counselors Association, you name it. Now, example. So today I'll try and talk to you like a father of a high school kid. My own son is in grade 12. He's entering grade 12. He's an international baccalaureate kid. I'm a very proud father. So you might find me talking about him every now and then. Um, I'm a proud father, not because he listens to me. He definitely doesn't listen to me. So in that case, if your child doesn't listen to you, join my gang. You know, my one also doesn't listen to me. But I'm a proud father because my son is world's one of the best debaters. He's a champion of Oxford, Harvard, Georgetown, University of Toronto, Imperial College London. He was a part of the India squad of debating. जैसे इंडिया की क्रिकेट टीम है, ऐसे इंडिया की एक डिबेट टीम है. And okay, somebody's asking to make the summary of the meeting. I'm so sorry, I'll have to deny all. This is my proprietary information. I cannot allow you to take notes. Whatever you can write, I've given you the cheat code. Write it down. But I cannot allow AI to take notes of my talk. But he was a part of the India. He was a part of the India squad of debating. He's the founder of the Teen Debater. Teen Debater is a not-for-profit which has trained 10,000 debaters already and is launched in 250 schools around the country. And he recently won 2 awards, one for India, which was called ESCOM Junior Scientist Award in the world, in the oldest science fair, for making a belt which could detect early signs of Parkinson's. And he recently, last week, got Economic Times Young Changemaker Award for year 24-25. Now, I'm sure all of you are feeling proud of him, like I do. But understand this. When we were filing for Economic Times Young Changemaker Award, it is a process which takes about a year. The form itself is 250 pages. It was not him. It was a very intentional father who sat down for 3 months to collate information to put into that form. When he joined debating, while the credit is to him for winning the Oxford and the Harvard and the Georgetowns, it was a very intentional father who used to sit long hours outside his debating classes, who did all the research for him to find out that to go to an Oxford debating championship, you can do everything online. And only when you are in the finals, that's when you have to take a ticket to Oxford. Otherwise, everything is happening free and is happening online. And this is what I wanted to tell you, that behind every successful teenager is a very intentional parent. And if you understand that as a parent, then you'll stop blaming your child, because Shivansh is distracted. Shivansh does get tired. Shivansh does gets angry with me. He still argues, but he still is a performer. And that's because as a parent, I am intentional about what he needs to achieve. So stop blaming the kids. कई बार हम parents को अपने आप को भी blame कर लेना चाहिए. Right? And with that, I'm sure all the kids here are happy. And those kids who are happy, you can just give me a love sign, because what you could not say to your parents, I've just said it. Right? So you can give me a love sign, a heart sign, or whatever it takes for you to tell me that you loved it. And there you go. And the love signs start coming in. Thank you, Beta. Thank you so much, all of you. All right. Some of the universities our students are studying in, the top notch, even this year, we are sitting on multiple Ivy League offers, including scholarships. And when I talk about scholarships and careers, एक statement लिख लीजिए. There is so much of money lying on the table for your child to get scholarships that you have no idea. So much of money. The reason why our children are not getting scholarships is not because universities don't have it. It's because as a parent, you are not aware when to apply, where to apply, and how to apply. Period. That's it. So our ignorance cannot be termed as that the students do not get scholarships. And I'll be able to prove it with offer letters. Rather, take another piece of advice from me. For those of you who are below 80%, will there be a good career for you? The answer is a yes. But will there be a great university for you? Maybe yes, maybe no, depends on your profile. But will there be a scholarship for you? The answer is no. And I'm sorry to break your heart. Right? Why people love me is because I am candid, authentic. To an extent, I'm a muffat. मेरे को घुमा फिरा करके बोलना नहीं आएगा. But if your child, or if as a student, you are consistently scoring above 80%, then join my gang. You have all the right in the world to go and study on scholarships. It does not matter whether you get 85 or 90, because gone are those days when admissions were given on the basis of grade 12 percentage. Gone are those days. Both in India and outside India, इस बात को जितनी जल्दी समझ लोगे उतना सुखी रहोगे. Right? But you cannot afford to get anything less than 80%. And consistently. But with this 80% matters where? It matters as early as grade 9. So grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. Now the biggest mistake that we do is grade 10 के अंदर number आ गए. And I'm sorry, I'll keep on flipping between English and Hindi, because I always say भावनाएं अपनी मातृभाषा में पहुंचती हैं. So not that I cannot speak in English. I can very well talk in English. Being an alum of University of California, Los Angeles, and studied in one of the finest universities in the world myself, I will still prefer to go and shift between English and Hindi from time to time. So understand this. The mistake that you do is grade 10, I got 95%. And out of that, I got 95 in sciences and I got 95 in mathematics. And all of a sudden, as a parent, I say, oh, my child is a PCM student. First mistake. Because you do not know, ask a good counselor. 95% of students who end up taking this kind of a decision drop down to 75 to 70% in grade 11. Only one question I'll ask you. Do you even think grade 10 science is also science? Or do you even think grade 10 mathematics is also mathematics? For God's sake, grade 10 is the easiest class of CBSE and ICSE and IGCSE and IB. Any child scores above 80%. So selecting a subject on the basis of grade 10 marks, boy, what are you doing? Another mistake, which is typically done by mamas. Okay? And this is called mama's way of career counseling. The poor kid, she comes back home after a unit test or a class test or a midterm, and she says, Mama, I got 95 in biology. Mama was sitting and watching Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, and Mama jumps from her seat and says, Beta, you are the doctor I wanted to see in my family. Ho gaya career counseling. आपको सही में लगता है कि बायोलॉजी में नंबर आने से आपको डॉक्टर बनना चाहिए? For God's sake, 25 lakh aspirants, 2.5 million for 1,25,000 seats. Take out the SC, ST and the reserved category. You are left with 75,000 seats. And you think because you have paid money for Gagan Institute of Medical Preparation, sorry, मेरे lawyer ने बोला है सही नाम नहीं लेने का है. So, गगन का पर्यायवाची आप लगा लीजिए. The synonym of sky, you can put it. You think just because you paid the fees, प्रणव मैंने नहीं लिया है, बेटा आप ले रहे हो. मैं तो गगन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल प्रिपरेशन ही बोल रहा हूं. You really think that your child will be able to crack NEET? Are you kidding me? आपने अपने बच्चे से पूछा भी था कि बेटा 16 साल पढ़ लीजिएगा. Will you be able to study for 16 years? That too, if your child is able to crack NEET with one attempt or maybe one drop attempt. I can tell you every year I meet at least 200 such kids who have spent 2 to 3 years trying to crack NEET. Their own batchmates become their seniors. And they end up doing nothing. And this kid got 95 in grade 12, where this kid could have been studying in the best of the university at a full ride, but your fascination for IIT and NEET doesn't get over. 16 years journey, 1 year of drop, 5.5 years of MBBS. Mera maths kamzor hai. Keshav, in the comment section, quickly, Keshav Goyal. 1 year plus 5.5. How much is it? 6.5. Thank you, Keshav. 2 years to prepare for MD, MS. Keshav, I'm looking at you. 8.5. If all papers are cleared on time, 2 years for MD, 3 years of MS. Let's say you want to become a surgeon. 3. 8.5 plus 3, Keshav. Yashasvi, coming to you. 11.5. Bare minimum 2 years for super specialization. 11.5 and 2. 13.5. Now, 2 to 3 years under a good doctor in a good hospital before you start putting the board. Ex-resident Maulana Abdul Kalam Medical College. 15.5 to 16 years. Last time जब sneeze भी किया था तो जिस डॉक्टर को दिखाया था वो MBBS नहीं था, वो MD भी नहीं था. That was MBBS/MD/4 alphabets, which gave that doctor super specialization. Ladies and gentlemen, what did you think before putting the child into a biology led medicine? Anyways, some of the universities where our students are studying in India at scholarships. So this was outside India and this is in India. Now, the question is, Should your child study outside India after grade 12 or should your child study in India after grade 12? Let me tell you, while 100% are the chances that my son is going to go to US to study because उसके पापा ने एक जर्नी देखी है from a second hand bicycle to BMW because of the exposure. So I am not stopping exposure for him. But am I keeping his options open for India? The answer is a yes. And I'll prove it to you with my slides. So do not decide India or outside India without having offer letters on the table. Let's first have offer letters. Once you have offer letters, on the basis of offer letters, you decide where do you want to go. What does Guide do? We prepare students for college, Ivy Leagues and top 100 universities, including India, top 50 outside. We prepare for SATs, ACTs, advanced placements, and we prepare them for scholarships. The landscape of careers is changing. I'm going to spend only 10 minutes on careers. मुझे ये देखना है कि आप कितनी जल्दी लिख पाते हैं अपने बच्चे के लिए. Remember, एक दिन डिनर 11 बजे हो जाएगा, चलेगा. Nobody's gonna crash. I'm still in office. That reminds me, I should call for a tea. Accept it, AI is going to impact every single career you can think of. Thanks. It's going to impact every single career that you can think of. I use this example often, and I'm going to use it right now in front of you. Let me open AI for you. Can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up like this, Keshav. Awesome. Thanks, Beta. How do you decide careers? I'll tell you how do you do that. Oh, my child is very good at drawing and sketching. My child should go into designing. Let me show you something. Let's give AI a very complicated design to make. A design about, abhi kya gaya? 26 January, a design about Republic Day or Independence Day. And we want one single creative which should say that it is India's Republic Day or Independence Day. And India is like a goddess. It's Bharat Mata. And this Bharat Mata is wearing a traditional Indian sari, that too in tricolor. But this Bharat Mata is also a modern Indian woman who is a fighter pilot or a doctor. One single design. We did this research at the time of G20. We picked up 100 top-notch designers from this country and we gave them this particular stem or problem. The time taken by these 100 people on an average was 4.5 hours. Let's see how much time AI takes. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Ladies and gentlemen, not one design, but two designs. Bharat Mata, draped in traditional Indian sari, made up of tricolor, multiple hands, and she's also a fighter pilot and a technocrat. Seriously? Do you have any idea how careers are changing? Now you will realize why 5,000 best of the best designers in our country lost their jobs in last 1 year. 1,500 lawyers have lost their jobs. 37% of IITians are not getting jobs. IITians. And you still want your child to become an engineer when days of engineering are long over. And I'm sorry, some of you might be preparing your child for IIT and NEET. I mean, I do not know. If it makes you feel bad, so be it. Himanshu has created a design. Thank you, Himanshu. AI. Let's take another example. Imagine करिए कि आप लोग मेरे पास आते हैं to take career counseling and college counseling because that's what we sell, right? For your child. And I need to create an MOU between you and me, and you are from Bangalore. And I want the laws of Bangalore to be applied because education is a subject matter of state. I want to keep the space free for fees and duration because मुझे नहीं पता अभी आपका बच्चा 11th में है कि 10th में है. But I want to ensure that I am protected and your child's privacy is also protected. MOU between you and me. Scope of services, duration की जगह छोड़ दी, फीस की जगह छोड़ दी. Confidentiality so that your child's privacy is protected. Indemnity so that I am protected. Liability so that you do not take me to court. Termination so that both of us can sign off and say 30 days and we will not work with each other. Governing law, Karnataka, India. Any miscellaneous amendments to be done in writing. Witness, party 1, party 2. And you're still thinking of corporate law and mercantile law. Forget that. Some of you still want your child to become a software engineer. I am not a software person. But let's say I want to create a website right away so that you can leave your data with me. Once you fill that form, I get your data, you get a thank you email. Let's write a code. Ladies and gentlemen, the website is ready. Just copy the code and paste it. Now you would realize why 37% of engineers are not finding jobs. Guess what? Guess what? आपको पता है and students can ask their parents. Every parent, I assume you are my age because my child is in grade 12, your child is in 9 to 12. So you and me are of same age, more or less. The first TV we remember in our house was that wooden cascade TV जिसका एक ऐसा shutter होता था. How many of you remember? Raise your hand. Today we have OLED plasma in our house. You and me are about 45 years of age. So let's say the black and white wooden cascade TV to OLED plasma is a 45-year journey. What you saw of GPT or AI right now was the black and white TV era of AI. Do you know when is the colored TV era of AI coming? Next month, ladies and gentlemen. That's how technology is changing. Next month. Anyways, coming back to my screen. Newspapers say IITs are unable to place your child. AI will replace 4 million jobs in India by 2030. अब होता क्या है ना, every driver after drinking and driving thinks everybody can meet with an accident, but I will not. And that's when accidents happen. That's the problem, right? All of us feel that everybody can meet with an accident, I will not. So I throw caution to the wind, and that's when accidents happen. What you're ignoring in this is, oh, millions of jobs, but my child will not be affected. You're wrong. Your child will be affected. And number two, 2030. That is the exact year when your and my child will start on their career. Exactly 4 to 5 years from now. CEO of NVIDIA, one of the most valuable chip companies and GPU companies and coding companies in the world, says, I beg Indian parents to stop pushing their children for coding and software engineering or computer engineering. Look at that. AI is coming for lawyers. Very soon you will see impact on CAs. Now let me quickly on the finger on your keyboard. I want to hear from you. If I say PCM, what is the first career that comes to your mind? Look at that. PCB. Doctor, doctor, doctor. Commerce. CA, 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 CA. Humanities. Let's see how many law comes. Lawyer. The first one is lawyer. मतलब आप मुझे ये बोल रहे हैं that in 1990, when you and me were growing up and we were in school, I did my 10th in 1996. From there till now, your thought process has not changed. And you really want your child to be successful. I bet my life you have talked to your child about every career, but you never even thought, and 200 of you right now, 240 of you at 8:30 p.m. in the night on a weekday. You know, why do I choose such kind of time? Because I want people who are interested in careers and who are not bothered about one dinner. I want serious people. So 240 of you are listening to a career counselor, but I bet my life, according to you, career counseling is not even a career because you never thought about it. Guess what? Founder of a company which is recognized by Forbes for college counseling, career counseling, profile building, SAT prep. Founder of world's largest parent-student community. Founder of Asia Pacific's biggest association of high schools and universities. And according to you, I'm unemployed. And guess what? My company is about $4 million. But I don't have a job according to you. Because career counseling is not even a career. In a country where there are about 20 million engineers graduating every year, 80% of them who will not get a job in first 6 months. And in a country where there is a shortfall of 1.6 million career counselors, career counseling is not a job. Now you know why 240 of you are listening to me. Anyways, quickly, 1990s was simple. PCM, engineering, PCB, medicine, commerce, CA, humanities, law, or hotel management. This is today. अब समझ लो समझा जाए तो कुछ आया समझ में? नहीं. Future is very complicated, and so are the careers. So if a science student is thinking about engineering and not thinking about data science, you're going wrong. And best part, to get into data science, physics and chemistry is not even required because it is the highest paid career after PCM and it is the highest paid career after commerce with maths. सिर्फ सोचने की जरूरत है. स्कूल में सब्जेक्ट सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं पीसीबी, नीट होगा नहीं, डॉक्टर बनेंगे नहीं, बट ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट्स पे ध्यान नहीं दिया. पीसीबी प्लस साइकोलॉजी was equal to forensic psychology. PCB plus psychology was equal to clinical psychology. PCB plus psychology was equal to neuroscience. You forgot about it. PCMB लिया, बहुत अच्छा किया, बट क्यों लिया? बिकॉज इंजीनियरिंग भी कर सकते हैं और मेडिसिन भी कर सकते हैं, मतलब ना इधर है ना उधर है. Without realizing that biology and mathematics is equal to the highest paid career in biology, which takes only 4 years. 10 times higher paying than becoming a doctor. And that career is called bioinformatics. जिस वजह से आप और मैं जिंदा हैं आज. COVID vaccine was not a result of anything else but bioinformatics. How many of you are loving it by now? Give me a heart sign. Thank you, Keshav. Keshav, मैं तेरा फैन हो गया हूं, ब्रो. यति, थैंक यू. स्वप्ना, थैंक यू. बाकी सब जो मेरे को पसंद नहीं कर रहे, भाविका ने थम्स अप दिया, थैंक यू. ध्रुव ने हाथ रेज किया. बाकी जो भी मेरे को पसंद नहीं कर रहा, प्लीज छोड़ दो अभी के अभी. लॉग आउट. अदरवाइज सेंड मी योर एड्रेस एंड आई विल सी यू देयर. नो, जस्ट किडिंग. Future is very interdisciplinary. Okay? If I say, if your child studies psychology, what is the career that your child will get into? Quickly in the chat. Psychologist, psychiatrist? That's what maximum people will say. Now hear me. Economics plus psychology is the second highest paid career after commerce, called behavioral economics. Accounting plus psychology is the third highest paid career after commerce, called behavioral finance. Management plus psychology is organizational behavior. Marketing plus psychology is consumer behavior. Education plus psychology is career counseling. And the list will not stop. The list will not stop. आप देख रहे हैं आपका करियर का नॉलेज कितना कम है. एंड इमेजिन, एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं. स्वप्ना जी, आई विल टेक यू ऑन द लाइव राइट नाउ. आई वांट यू टू बी अ स्पोर्ट एंड आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Do you own a car, ma'am?
Sorry?
Do you own a car?
Yeah.
Okay. एक एक नॉर्मल टाइम में जब आपने गाड़ी ली होगी तो कितने महीने का डिसीजन मेकिंग हुआ होगा? How many months have you taken to decide?
Probably when it was the first buy, it was a practical decision that we needed a car to commute. But when it was an upgrade, yeah, we took a time. When it was an Innova Krista, so we thought like, it was like 6 महीने लगे planning करने, budgeting करने.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, गाड़ी खरीदने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? Which brand to buy? Let's take a test drive. Which color is more preferred by mother or the father or the child? Should I take automatic? Should I take manual? Oh, manual में अभी भी 1 लाख रुपए सस्ती मिल रही है. Which insurance to buy? Old car spinny पे बेचनी है या true value पे बेचनी है? It's a 6 months process. Let me ask you one question. गाड़ी खरीदने के लिए 6 महीना and a career which will make your child buy 15 cars in his lifetime or her lifetime, उसके लिए कितना टाइम? How much is the time worth it on it? How much time genuinely did you give in researching? You don't have to answer it to me. Answer it to yourself. सिर्फ बच्चे को बोल देना मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूं, ऐसे प्यार नहीं होता है. I'll tell you, I'll give you a small example. India has some good universities right now. Abroad, obviously, Harvard, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, Yale, all of them give scholarships. Now, my son, he's an A-star kid. He's a world-known debater. He's preparing for IVs. Okay. And a typical application form for Ivy League is about 25 pages and at least 4,000 words of essays. Okay. Do you think I'll ask him, because he's in grade 12 right now, his college application in India and outside India will open August this year. अगर आपका बच्चा 12th में आया है ना, तो 12th के बोर्ड्स के बाद एडमिशन नहीं होता है अब. The offer letters come even before board exams start, and I'll prove it to you. Round 1, that's it. So you got to decide. You want to send your child to a great university? Apply in round 1, which is August of this year. Within 5 months of your child coming into grade 12. And offer letters will come as early as December. If you want to send your child to just any university, then aram se. Chaddar odo, sor jao. Do you think those 25-page form, Shivansh will be able to open them on 1st of August and be able to fill it by 15th of August? No. You know, when did we open the forms for Shivansh? 2 years back. And we filled out the entire form, just did not click submit because submit pe 3,000 rupees lag jate. We made a note of every single thing that form is asking, and then a very intentional father promised his son, let's do everything possible so that no column in this form is left blank in next 2 years. That's called love. And for students out there, if you think you will become successful without the support of your parents, then you are living in a dream world. Nobody becomes successful alone. You need to be intentional, but your parents need to be intentional too. Else, हम सब सपने देख रहे हैं बस. Anyways, 4 careers that I want to suggest you after PCM: data science, space sciences, computational mathematics, and artificial intelligence. These are the only 4 careers that you should be researching about. That's it. And none of them require engineering. But if you want to go into space sciences, remember this thing. You cannot be a space scientist without a PhD, which means 4 years of physics and maths, 2 years of masters in astrophysics, and bare minimum 5 to 6 years of a PhD in astrophysics. But I'll give you a shorter route to space sciences. That's called computational mathematics. And all commerce students, listen to me. Even with commerce, you can work for space sciences. And that's the degree called computational mathematics. In space sciences, there are 2 kinds of people: a space scientist and a computational mathematician, whose job is to sit on the earth, use computer to create calculations, plot graphs, and then suggest at what trajectory, at what velocity the spacecraft should go so that the least amount of fuel is used and we utilize gravity. And these 4 qualifications do not require engineering. Commerce, business intelligence, actuarial science, risk management, and behavioral finance. But if you want a cheat code, if you are a commerce with math student, please think about data science, because data science has nothing to do with science. It is only statistics, mathematics, economics, and Python. 4 years, you will be taught only these subjects. Pick up any university and you'll find it out. I'll not spend much time on careers. Without maths, अब एक सलाह ले जाओ, अगर 10th दे रहे हो और अभी तक मैथ्स नहीं छोड़ा है तो, एंड दिस इज अ सलाह फ्रॉम अ काउंसलर, हो सके तो मैथ्स मत छोड़ना 12th तक. प्लीज डू नॉट लीव मैथ्स टिल ग्रेड 12. Reason being, there is no entrance exam in the world which does not check you on mathematics. And ask a good counselor, I can tell you how much struggle a child goes through when they drop maths after grade 10, because एक बार practice छूटती है तो logic भी डूब जाता है. Number two, there is no futuristic career in the world that you can get into without mathematics. Whether it is data science, whether it is financial analytics, whether it is bioinformatics, or whether it is AI, you'll not be able to get into any of these careers without maths. Still, four careers if you do not have maths. Humanities. If your child comes to you and says psychology, you should be the happiest person on planet Earth. धीरे धीरे हम सब पागल हो रहे हैं. नो किडिंग. इमेजिन करिए, husband wife sitting on the same couch and wishing happy anniversary to each other on Facebook. Mama complaining about child using mobile a lot, forgiving herself that when the child was 1.5 years and was not eating well, Mama gave the child the mobile to watch Peppa Pig or Tom and Jerry, so that Mama's responsibility gets finished early. How many of you as mothers agree with this? Be honest. Thank you. So easy to forgive ourselves, no? So easy. बच्चा टीनेजर है तो उसी की गलती है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. टीनेजर्स आर वेरी लॉजिकल. ऑनेस्टली, आपको मेरे को अगर उतना काम करना पड़े ना जितना टीनेजर कर रहा है, एवरी डे गेटिंग अप एट 6 AM टू गो टू स्कूल इन अ क्लास विच इज वेरी मीन, you are good to the teacher, students will call you teacher's pet. You are arguing with the teacher, you are labeled as not cultured. It's a very mean age. Coming back from school at 3 p.m., then activity classes, tuition classes, unit test, class test, homework, and then a counselor like me who comes and says, profile bana bhai. 70% of college admissions is profile. इतना काम अगर आपको मेरे को करना पड़ जाए हर रोज, रोज रात को बीपी का गोली खाने पड़ेगा. Respect your child. Please do. They're working a lot. Understand, it's not easy to be a teenager. But teenagers, a salah to you. Everything does not require an argument. You know the best part about argument? तुम तो आवाज तेज करके बोल रहे हो, बट आर्ग्यूमेंट की एक बेस्ट पार्ट है, ना मम्मी पापा सुन रहे हो ना तुम सुन रहे हो, बस बोले जा रहे हो. क्या फायदा हो रहा है? Stop arguing. Hold their hand and say, hey, I don't think I can clear IIT. Can you put me out of it? They'll be the first person who will forget 3-4 lakh rupees they have invested. तुम में हिम्मत होनी चाहिए ना एक्सेप्ट करने की. तुम अगर झूठी बोलते रहोगे, हाँ सब बढ़िया चल रहा है, ओ हो जाएगा, तो मम्मा पापा भी भ्रम में रहेंगे. एनीवेज, यूनिवर्सिटीज, very important now for you to understand 2-3 things. Number one, admission processes have changed. Today, every top-notch university of India and every top-notch university outside India is willing to give you admission even before board exams start. Which means your college applications will open in the August of grade 12. Round 1 will get over in October of grade 12. जयंग सोलंकी, तू नोट्स बना रहा है? दिखा मुझे क्या लिख रहा है. Turn around the paper. I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you, beta. And I'm very happy that your father is sitting next to you. I'm very happy for every single child whose parent is sitting next to them. And next time, Keshav, Shaurya, ask your parents to attend it, beta. अकेले जंग नहीं जीतेगा. So admission processes have changed. Today, offer letters come 6 months before board results are announced and even before board exams start. And I'm talking about India and outside India both. Number two, today, gone are those days when admissions was dependent on class 12th percentage. Yes, marks will be important. Yes, they will be important. But what will be important is predicted scores. आपका स्कूल आपको मिड टर्म्स के बाद एक प्रेडिक्टेड स्कोर देगा on the letterhead of the school. And that predicted score is very, very important for your admission. Apart from that, there is one exam which is very, very important, which can ensure that your child is sitting on an offer letter. I will tell you about that exam. But before that, I want to tell you, because before this session, I got a lot of inquiries about design. So I have a very dear friend of mine from one of the finest design schools in the world, Aditi Khurana from School of Visual Arts, New York. I personally visited School of Visual Arts. My own students are studying there. It is one of the finest design schools in the world. I invited her for 10 minutes to ask her some questions. In 10 minutes, we'll get done with those questions and we can continue after that. Hey, Aditi, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me, Abhishek. I'm good. How are you?
Very well. ये तो background change हो गया. Ladies and gentlemen, Aditi Khurana, consider her as the whole and soul for admissions to one of the most premium design schools in the world, School of Visual Arts, New York. She takes care of entire Southeast Asia, South Asia to be specific. Starts from Middle East all the way to Vietnam, maybe even ahead of that. I've known her for good amount of 5 years now. My own students are studying at School of Visual Arts. Rather, I'm very grateful that she invited me to visit School of Visual Arts in New York same time last year. Fabulous school. You want to catch more about School of Visual Arts? There are a couple of reels on my handle posted recently. Go and do that. You can follow School of Visual Arts India handle, which is manned by Aditi herself. Apart from a great design enthusiast and a great counselor, she was also the recipient of the best counseling-based approach to university admissions last year by High School Moms. High School Moms give those awards to educators and universities every year. And she is a martial arts enthusiast herself. You can follow her on her personal Instagram as well and see how big a fitness freak she is, which I am not. But Aditi, thank you so much for taking our time at this time of the night and coming here. Quick 10 minutes.
Yes.
A little bit about School of Visual Arts, if you can begin and tell us. And then we go on and ask questions.
Okay, sure. Thank you. That was a very flattering introduction by you, Abhishek, as always. Hi, everybody. I'm Aditi. He's already mentioned I'm not based in New York. Let me tell you, I'm very much based out of India. So I'm very, very approachable, reachable, whether it's Instagram or my email, you can reach out to me. Talking about School of Visual Arts, I have been with SVA for 11 years now. SVA began in 1947. So since 7 decades, we have been in Manhattan in New York City. So if you think that you want to pursue design, animation, film, fine arts, interior design, or VFX game design, you can definitely get in touch with me and talk to me about it. The kind of teachers that School of Visual Arts has, I think faculty is the foundation for any institute, I feel. They are one of our biggest assets. We have about 1,100 working professionals who are coming and teaching at SVA. So that kind of makes a brilliant base for the students. Each program that I mentioned, we have 11 BFA programs, and there are about 20 grad programs, which are master programs. Out of the 11 programs, each program is a 4-year degree program. So it's a BFA film or BFA animation, BFA design. That's what you will be doing. And I think wherever our world is headed, we definitely need more artists and designers to make it a better place to live in. Yes.
Thank you, Aditi. Okay, I have a throat issue right now, but I'm going to ask one question and then going to take a 1 minute break so that you can answer. And by that time, I'll grab a glass of water.
Sure.
Aditi, world of careers is changing, right? We know how DALE in GPT can create designs. We just saw an example for it. And at this juncture, it is very important for parents and students to understand that आज से पहले हम कहीं पे भी जा सकते थे पढ़ने के लिए। आज बहुत जरूरी है कि हम एक अच्छे कॉलेज में जाएं, एक अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाएं, बिकॉज द करिकुलम हैज टू बी एआई enabled, द करिकुलम हैज टू बी अप टू डेट, and the curriculum has to be very futuristic, right? So I personally know the amount of groundbreaking work School of Visual Arts is doing, because when I went there and I saw your 3D design lab where products are being made out of thin air, right? Uh, I saw that. But question to you would be on two fronts. One, why does it becomes important at this juncture to choose your universities well, right? Whether design or anything. And number two, what are the futuristic careers in design that these students can look at? I'm just taking about a 60-second break and coming back. Over to you.
Thank you. I think it is very important for all of us, or I think जिन भी windows में मुझे parents दिख रहे हैं, again, like I really appreciate that parents are there to support and to even understand. I think it's important for us to understand what AI is and why are we feeling so threatened with AI, the artificial intelligence, that suddenly we are feeling that it's taking over. We need to understand कि AI हमारी life में बहुत time से था. और सडनली अब ऐसा क्या हो गया है कि ऐसा लग रहा है दैट सडनली every major that we need to take should have something which is AI related. If we look at face recognition, that is AI. If we look at from the past 10 years, I think we've been living in smart homes. We say, hey Alexa, volume -10, or hey Alexa, or hey Google, switch on the fan, switch on the light. This is all AI that we live with. So I think it's not what AI can do to us, but I think it's very important for all of us to understand what we can do with AI. So to understand the language of it and to bring it and to learn the tool. AI is just a tool, I should say. And to understand that tool is important, yes. And there are lots of futuristic careers, I think, even design to be AI, the foundation has to be that you need to have the skill to draw, and you need to know the traditional design before you even give a prompt, and you need to have that creativity to give that prompt and get that design in place. So of course you can become an experienced designer, like AI experience designer, I think, where you can create user experiences with AI technologies, which involves designing interfaces, interactions that make it easy for the user, when you engage those AI systems. Then AI ka ek aur part hai, which is called generative AI, where you can generate images, like Abhishek was saying. Yeah, in this, the professionals, you can use algorithms to actually create innovative designs, and now you can create multiple designs, and you can produce it in front of whoever the head of that company is, that okay, there are multiple things, there are multiple variations that can be created through that, with that giving different input parameters to that. Of course, we've had AR and VR, which is virtual and augmented reality. You can become a designer in that, which is immersive, which can be immersive experiences. requiring skills in 3D design, of course, 3D modeling, interaction design also. I think Abhishek also speaks a lot about data visualization. You could become that data visualization expert. You need to first visualize it, and using the AI analytics, then you can, interpret it and you can display complex data basically. You can, I think the future is also looking, we are also looking at robots somewhere. So it will need automation. Automation was always part of our lives, but then there again, you can become that designer, which can be a robot automation designer. We are talking a lot about sustainability. I'm based out of Goa, and there is a lot of ethical design that exists in the city. Talking about sustainability, you can also include AI in that. You could be a sustainability focused designer using AI with increased emphasis on saving the world and saving the earth. And we need people to be using those intuitive interfaces, for interacting with automated systems. So, and I think again, like I said, to prepare for these careers, you individuals, you need to focus on blending traditional skills with the knowledge of AI. So, like I said, AI is just a tool. There's nothing to be threatened with it, rather work alongside.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. AI is not going to change jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to change the way we look at jobs. So you
Yeah.
need to understand that there is a difference. AI is not going to take away jobs. When industrialization came, everybody thought that everybody will lose jobs. No, mankind is very resilient. It upskilled itself to meet the requirements of industrialization, and mankind will be resilient to upskill themselves to meet the challenges and the opportunities both given by AI. But Aditi, coming back to you, very important is a factor to understand that in today's time, and this is specifically for grade 12th students right now, their board exams are just about over.
Mhm.
Board results will come out in 3 months. However, universities have given offer letters. I know it. My students have got offer letters even from SVA and other institutions, both in India and outside India, just to prove it to the parents that today offer letters can come before board results. Is it true or not true?
Yeah, because you must have given predicted scores. So,
Correct.
yeah. So
It
yes,
is
it
true.
will come before board results.
Wonderful. So it is important for all of you to understand that if you are looking at studying at any of the finest universities, if you're looking at studying at School of Visual Arts, New York, go ahead and file your applications early in time so that it gives enough opportunity for the university to look at you, look at your data points, look at your academics, look at your portfolios, look at your profiles, and offer you scholarships. And remember, scholarships are generally available in the first rounds because that's when the maximum budgets are. But coming back to Aditi, Aditi, how important is the location of a university in today's time? For example, when we say design, we say New York. Why?
New York is a melting pot for as far as US is concerned because it offers a diverse creative community. It's known for its vibrant, its multicultural environment. It brings together so many artists and designers. It's a city which is filled with museums and galleries, and some of the world-class institutions are in New York. Whenever I speak to students who have been accepted and they choose to go to SVA, my only question is, why did you choose SVA? When you got through the top 5 art and design colleges and they say, come on, we wanted to have that student experience in New York City. Because I think New York also offers you a lot of networking and job opportunities because the best of advertising companies are there. Like I said, galleries and museums already exist. The best of publications are there. So that kind of extends itself beautifully to students. You can attend so many workshops that happen. And for that, I'll also tell students that you could be in any city, but if you will have to initiate, the college will keep putting posters of events that is happening, but if you don't look at the posters and if you're not proactive in seeing what's happening and in going and experiencing it and networking and putting yourself out there, it's of no use. Remember and value that your parents will be spending a lot of money for your higher education. It's really, really important to value that and get all that cultural experience that you can, that a city has to offer. It, I think New York also offers you access to very cutting edge trends. You get the latest trends. Even if I'm walking on the streets of New York, it's like, oh my God, there's so much happening. There's so much inspiration in that city. especially if you look at those tall buildings which are right in front of you. So I think design students can really immerse themselves in what is latest, and they can ensure that the education is relevant and very forward thinking, I think, as far as New York is concerned. It's a very urban landscape that it offers, and it
Wonderful.
provides endless inspiration. So yeah.
Wonderful. Everybody who's DMing me, we will send you a WhatsApp with the contact details and email ID of Aditi Khurana. Feel free to reach out to her. Aditi, running really short of time, but I want to take one question,
Mhm.
uh, which is portfolio for a design school.
Mhm.
A little bit of insights, 2 minutes to 3 minutes is all what you have.
Sure.
Quick inputs on portfolio designing.
Most importantly, I'll only say 2 lines. Your portfolio should represent your work, your culture, what inspires you, what moves you, what disturbs you, what motivates you. Your willingness to challenge yourself should all be part of your portfolio. Sometimes it's not about how well you create, but it's about what you choose to create that reveals most about you. So remember where we come from, remember what you are looking around, remember what inspires you, as in what are the things that you love doing. There are students who show me portfolios and then they tell me, oh ma'am, but I also do Bharatnatyam, oh ma'am, but I also play sport. I want you to put everything in that. Remember, these design colleges do not have an interview, there is no entrance exam. Your portfolio represents you. So it should be that, okay, this is me, and this is what I like, this is what I'm surrounded with, this is my culture, these are my festivals, these are my temples, these are my gods and goddesses. You can put anything. Art gives you that freedom, it's absolutely limitless. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because there's plenty of time to be serious later.
Because you answered well in time, I have one more question for you. You have to answer before I let you go. Um, what advice? No, forget about advice. Let me put you into a spot.
Okay.
What questions should students ask you
Hmm.
when they touch with
When they get in touch with me, I think
you?
you've
What are the
asked
right
me.
questions that one, because sometimes,
Hmm.
I'm sorry to cut you short, Aditi. Sometimes it's so weird that as a parent and as a student, we don't even understand what to ask.
Hmm.
Right? We are so confused that we don't even know what should my question be. So why don't you tell, if there is a design school aspirant
Hmm.
and wanting to get in touch with you, what question should she or he ask you?
One, I think to make an informed decision, you should ask for money. You should ask for scholarships. All the US universities have a lot of money and millions of dollars in scholarship amount to give it to you guys. I think we really, really hesitate in saying that, listen, I am an aspiring student. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I have submitted everything. I know I'm good academically. And if you're really confident about it, ask for money. Always. That's key, because they will give you if they know that you are really, really looking at coming to that particular city. Another thing which I think Abhishek has already mentioned, location plays an important role. So yes, why New York should be a question, but I think I've covered most of it. It's very, very diverse. So you feel at home. You should definitely dive deeper into and research about um, the major that you're interested in. You can ask me about, okay, what does design include? What do I do if I take up film? What will I become if I do animation? Is AI integrated in the programs? Yes, no. Is there humanities and sciences? Do I do theory, and how much time will I be spent? So diving deeper into the program, I'm all there to ask you that question, to answer those questions. I'm there. I also do portfolio reviews, so do not hesitate. If you are an aspiring art or design student, do not hesitate to share your portfolio with me. You can take my email from them. I'll be more than happy to do a one-on-one portfolio feedback session. Sometimes we kind of feel the other person will judge us, but like I said, don't hesitate asking questions, and don't hesitate in sharing whatever your work is, because art is subjective. Whatever you think you are being judged on, I might just love what I see. So ask for
Thank
money.
you so much, Aditi Farana. It was a pleasure having you
Thank you.
and answering those questions. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Aditi Khurana from School of Visual Arts, New York, and we will be sharing her contact details with all of you through a WhatsApp message right after this session. Anybody who's a design enthusiast, whether you are from grade 10, 11, or 12, please get in touch with Aditi Khurana. She's a very good counselor, and she has been awarded for her counseling-based approach to design and art admissions. So thank you so much, Aditi Khurana. Look forward to see you soon.
There are so many questions here. Okay, you can ask me these questions. Yes, very interesting question. Sorry, I'm going to take this. Is New York safe for a foreign student? New York is filled with amazing institutions. And like I said, when I talk, say diverse, means there are students from all around the world. When we do our orientation week or whenever I meet students and I talk to them, we always guide them in areas that they should not be exploring alone. It's very safe city. Obviously, there are residence halls, the dorms that you stay in, they all have guards outside. You're not allowed if you don't have your SVA ID with you. So we live in India. I think it is very, very safe. And also, if you are mindful and aware of where you are and you're going in groups, I think any city is pretty safe. So yes, do direct these questions to me. I'd love to answer them. Thank you so much for having me. Good night to all of you. And thanks, Abhishek, for this.
Thank you. We will arrange for a specific session with Aditi Khurana for all the design enthusiasts. And just keep on looking out for your WhatsApp messages if you are there, a part of our database. Thank you. Thank you, Aditi. Bye-bye. All right. Coming back, let me quickly share my screen. Somebody can remove the spotlight from me. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Now, the next section is how do you even select a university and how do you get admission 6 months before board results are announced? Now, this is irrespective of whichever course you are choosing. This is irrespective of whichever stream you are from. This is irrespective of whichever subjects you have taken. Number one, before I start sharing my screen, please write down 3 or 4 points. Number one, the journey to a top tier university. When I say top tier, I'm talking about Flame, Ashoka, Plaksha, Kriya in India, जहाँ पे 25,000 applicants आएंगे and for 700 seats. Okay? It's not easy. It's not easy. I always say getting into a Flame in India is like getting into a Harvard because the acceptance ratio is that low, right? But then what do we do right at Guide and High School Moms that even this year we have 800% scholarship holders at Flame and Ashoka who have got offers. And I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. This journey to a top tier university, whether Harvard, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, Yale, School of Visual Arts, New York, Maryland Institute of Art and Design, UIUC, UMass Amherst, my college, UCLA, UC Berkeley, Oxford, Cambridge, London School of Economics, King's College London, University College London, National University of Singapore, or Flame, Ashoka, Plaksha, Kriya in India. The journey starts bare minimum 2 years early. It takes 2 years to build a profile. Now you would say, oh, my child has already come into grade 11. Are we late? Please don't ask me such questions because if you ask me, the answer will be a yes. But you still got to do something about it because 12th तो है ही नहीं. 12th के August में तो applications खुल जाएंगे. Right? What is the best time to start on this journey? Let me give you data points. Every year, 10,000 students come to High School Moms and Guide for their career counseling and college applications and profile building and SAT prep, like I told you, and scholarship prep. And these 10,000 students pay us. But this is the advice that we give them. If you come in grade 9 to us, 75% are your chances that you will end up going on a scholarship. If you come in grade 10, this will fall down to 50%. If you come in grade 11, this will fall down to 30%. We are the same team. What matters is the amount of time you give to a counseling team to build profile. आप लोग आते भी अभी भी chat में questions देखिए कैसे हैं. What is the best career after commerce? Are you kidding me? Is every CA successful in your city? Is every doctor successful in your city? Is every lawyer successful in your city? How do you even want me to answer this question? I could have understood if you would have said, Abhishek, tell me the best career for Shivansh, who is great at mathematics, is a world renowned debater, talks really well, has a huge interest in economics, and loves a lot of technology. Then I would have said, economics, technology is data science. In this entire question, you forgot about the most important person, which was your child. So there is no right career for one person and everybody. It is not about a career, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's about which career will allow your child to go into the top 1% of that career. It was not about becoming a career counselor. It was about becoming Asia's #1 career counselor. That's why 250 of you are listening to me at this point of time in the night. It was not about building any company in college counseling. It was about building Guide, which got selected by Forbes. It was not about building Mumbai moms or Pune moms. It was about building world's largest parent-student community. So you got to be intentional about it. So this journey takes about 2 to 3 years. The best time is grade 9. 9th में जैसे ही बच्चा आता है तब लेके जाइए उसको किसी अच्छे काउंसलिंग टीम के पास. If you like us, bring them to us. If you like somebody else, bring them to them. But it takes 2 to 3 years to build a profile. There is no magic wand. When I was talking about Shivansh, I said he's one of the world's most renowned debaters. Do you think he immediately went to Oxford or what? No, there was a journey of 4 years. It was about losing 100 debates before winning Oxford. So understand that. Number two, admissions processes have completely changed. Completely changed. Thanks to NEP. I'll just give you a quick look. This was my list in 1990s, and that's my son. Do you see the difference in the universities? He's applying to Ivy Leagues. He's applying to LSE, Oxford, Cambridge, and he's applying to very different universities in India. Very different. Why? Because these are the universities where you are not a number, but a name. For example, Flame and Ashoka. 750 seats. 25,000 applications each. 18-page application form, which has only one line for marks. Rest 18 pages are about your child, their interests, their weaknesses, their passions, and their profile. What will you write? 3 essays and 1 interview. What will you write? And essays are not about academics. So if your child is only bringing 95%, take it from me, your child is not getting scholarship. But if your child is getting 88% and doing 5 different things, which create a story, random things nahi, story banna chahiye, and I'll prove it to you kaise. Then your child is a scholarship holder. That's how the admissions processes have changed. So wake up. NEP is already implemented. Please wake up. Let's look at the application forms. Now, if you ask me as a counselor, I'll say, मैं भी डिसाइड नहीं कर पाता फ्लेम इंडिया की #1 है या अशोका इंडिया की #1 है. आई प्रेफर फ्लेम बिकॉज इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल कैंपस. तो मैं सिर्फ ये नहीं चाहता कि बच्चा सिर्फ पढ़े, मैं चाहता हूं कि वो क्लब्स एंजॉय करे, एसोसिएशंस एंजॉय करे, स्पोर्ट्स एंजॉय करे, बिकॉज ऑल दिस मैटर्स, राइट? आप लोग क्या बोलते हैं? ओ माय चाइल्ड इज एन इंट्रोवर्ट. लेट मी आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन बिफोर आई गो फॉरवर्ड. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू by now think that I'm a decent enough career counselor? Give me a thumbs up in the chat or a heart sign. A lot of you. How do you know? I haven't even counseled your child. You just judged me on my communication skills, didn't you? Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. That's how the world is going to judge your child. If your child is talking well, he'll be treated, before doing anything, he'll be treated well. So the moment you say, oh, my child is an introvert, what do I feel as a counselor? As a parent, I'm accepting, oh, my child is going to struggle in life and I cannot do anything about it. No, you can. You very well can. The only thing is you do not know how to do it. And that's why you need a counselor. And that's why you need a coach. Otherwise, everybody knows Tendulkar is the best batsman in the world ever produced. Rohit Sharma is great. Virat Kohli is GOAT. Everybody knows that. But they still have coaches. Everybody knows Indian team has best of the players, top 11 players in the country. But that also still has a coach. There is a reason why everybody needs a coach. And a parent can never become a coach. I really find it funny when parents keep on joining my sessions thinking, oh, we are able to do it ourselves. Stupidity. You will end up bringing emotions in the journey, because when it's about your child, it becomes emotional. That's why I am not counseling my child. Avni Parekh is, who's there sitting on the screen. My own peer, my own colleague, she is counseling my child, because my child will never listen to me. Look at the application form. List your achievements, awards, honors, scholarships. Kya bhariyega? That's the first page. Ashoka, list activities, first page. Common App, which will go to US. 7 essays, write them. All about extracurriculars. Kya likhiyega? You look at UCAS, which is for UK. You look at OUAC, which is for Canada. These are complicated application forms. 20 pages. What are you going to write? And that's why you need a profile, because 70% of college admissions is profile today. And then you need a test, which is called an aptitude test. But आपको सारे लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Do you know there are exams which can make you apply around the world and India? One exam. Any course. In the best of the universities. And I'll prove it to you. आपको पता है, आप लोग सब कई चीजों को बहुत lightly लेते हैं, but academics was important because academics used to say how good a student your child is. But you know why extracurriculars have become important? Because it tells a lot more about your child today. Their ability to multitask, their ability to lead, their ability to speak out, their incremental learning curve, their interests, their passions. So if your child has a unit test tomorrow and he's saying, Mama, I have an MUN today, be a well-wisher, allow your child to go to an MUN. Because that unit test might not matter, that MUN will. जयंत को खुशी हो गई, पापा सुन रहे हैं जयंत? But you're right, beta. That's what parents need to learn. Now, if you want to study at the best of the best universities, write 2-3 things. Number one, building profile is important. That's point number one. Number two, apply in round one if you want scholarships. And let me tell you, I'll prove it to you. इतने scholarships हैं कि अगर तरीके से पेरेंट ट्राई करे तो आपका बच्चा यूएस की बेस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज में इंडिया की कॉस्ट पे पढ़ रहा होगा. पता ही नहीं है आपको. What you're doing is looking at the website. Oh my God, 1.5 to 2 crores. No, it is not. Exactly what Aditi said. You got to ask for scholarship, and the way to ask for scholarship is applying for scholarships. There are deadlines, there are processes, there are essays. You do all three of them right at the right time, you will get scholarships. If the deadline is February 1st, you keep on applying on February 2nd, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. And you thinking oh, my child could be given a scholarship without applying. That's also not happening. You don't exist for them till you make an application. Nobody is giving a call to Jayank or Yashasvi saying, oh, beta, I am really waiting for you. Can you please apply? No, they might be God's gift for us. They are very normal individuals for the world. You got to apply. Profile building is important. Apply in round 1. Scholarships are available in round 1. Number 3, take an exam called SAT. S for Singapore, A for Alpha, T for Tiger. This one exam is applicable to 50 universities in India. 50. And this is the only exam which makes you apply to Ivy Leagues, to Oxfords and Cambridges. होता क्या, मैं आपको बताता हूं. आप लोग बोलते हैं, oh, I read on Flame's website, it is optional. आपने फॉर्म खोल के देखा था? हाँ, लिखा था ब्रैकेट में ऑप्शनल, बट उसके आगे 2 बटन थे, yes और no. Have you taken SAT? Yes or no. आपने उस पर क्लिक ही नहीं किया, खुश हो गए आप तो. अब बताता हूं क्लिक करते तो क्या होता. The moment you would have clicked a yes, there would have been a pop-up which would have said, you're free from writing my entrance. Go ahead and schedule your interview. हो गया? No करते तो आता, first clear my entrance. It happens 5 times a year, but you can only give once. If you clear it, then we will schedule your interview. I don't understand इसका value आप समझते हैं कि नहीं समझते हैं? Anybody who's understanding the value of what I said? Raise your hand, please. Thank you. Now imagine, SAT जो कि साल में 8 बार होता है, आपका बच्चा बेयर मिनिमम 2 बार लिख सकता था. बेस्ट स्कोर काउंट होता और स्कोर 5 साल वैलिड है. Now you will understand why Shivansh wrote SAT in grade 10. Because his SAT score is as valid as a child who's writing in grade 12. Just that I made him write SAT in the easiest class of the school so that he can focus on it and he can continue building his profile. What did you do? As a child, you said, nahi mamma, abhi nahi. Apne liye tension create kar li baad mein. 11th is the most difficult class of any curriculum. Subjects become wide and deep. So understand that if you are going abroad, you want to reduce your cost, there are certain more exams that you should take. They are called advanced placements. And then it is about building profile. Coming to it. How do you study at the best of the best universities? Let me show you examples. This is my student who has just written grade 12 boards. Got an offer from Ivy League, Mihika Mukherjee, Cornell. Look at the date of the offer letter. क्रिसमस ब्रेक से पहले ऑफर लेटर आ गया. प्री बोर्ड चालू नहीं हुए थे. And Ivy League admitted her. Forget. Next on the slide is Vibhuti Luthra. Offer letter came on December 15th. NYU Stern School of Business, number 3rd business school in the world. Before pre-boards. This student got 4 offer letters. The right one, Navya, got University of Illinois, Chicago. Uska address छुपा दिया हमने. Look at the date, December 2nd. Leave that. University of Birmingham, one of the best law programs in the world, Manchester. Forget that. Last year, Siddhant Bhardwaj, last year. April 7th, board results do not come out. Last year, Ivy League, December 14th. King's College London, 7th March. Last year, Flames, 100% scholarship offer letter. Look at the date. India की बात कर रहा हूं अभी मैं. February 2nd. स्कॉलरशिप लेटर है. 4 फुल राइड थे. इस साल के ऑफर लेटर देख लो. March 1st. And both of them are full ride scholarships. 7,95,000 is their fees. They've got 7,95,000. डेट देखा, बोर्ड खत्म नहीं हुआ, ऑफर लेटर आ गया. I can continue giving examples. Now I'll tell you a little bit about profile is not extracurriculars. Profile is extracurriculars done in a manner that they create a story. I repeat, profile is not extracurriculars. No random extracurriculars. It is an extracurricular done in a manner that creates stories. Example लेता हूं. My student Siddhant Bhardwaj got into the toughest program in the world. Aksh Sabharwal. London School of Economics, Eco Honors. Guide is one of the proud counseling team which has won London School of Economics every year. They only take 5 or 6 every year from India. His only interest was doing theater. अब कहां theater और कहां economics? It took us 3 years to create 2 lines which got him into LSC. And you know what his 2 lines were? My passion is theater, but I want to study economics at LSC. Because theater helps me express myself about the problems of the world. Studying economics at LSC will help me solve these problems. 3 साल लगे इस 2 लाइन को क्राफ्ट करने में. You might think, अरे ऐसा क्या, ये तो हम ही लिख लेंगे. नहीं होता है. That's Aksh Sabharwal. Navya Seth got into Warwick Business School. मुंबई की बच्ची है. आप क्या बोलते हैं, कम्युनिटी सर्विस, चलो एनजीओ में जाकर के 5100 का चेक देते हैं और वहां से सर्टिफिकेट ले आते हैं विदाउट रियलाइजिंग दैट विल बी द फर्स्ट सर्टिफिकेट व्हिच विल बी थ्रोन इनटू द डस्टबिन बिकॉज एवरीबॉडी डज दैट. Navya went to an NGO not to teach them anything, not to do social service. She went there because we told her, go there and talk to them and learn the stories of these orphans. Then she wrote a book which was launched at one of our events. And that book was called When They Became My Teachers. Every story of an orphan, underprivileged kid was turned into a story which had a lesson. And no wonder she is now studying media and communications at one of the best media and communication schools in the world, Warwick. My son, a guitarist and a drummer, SAT 1500 plus already taken 2 APs, writing 6 more this year. He's a president of a student council in school, world-renowned debater. But his story is he created something called the Teen Debater, which has trained 10,000 students and has been launched in 250 schools. So it was not about Shivansh participating in 20 activities. It was one activity out of multiple things he was doing, utilizing them and creating a story and a narrative which sells. And that narrative should bring you to a good counselor. Now, SAT. Just to show you, all top-notch universities give scholarships. See, all of them. SAT, फ्लेम का और सिम्बायसिस का अपना वेबसाइट खुद बोलता है, if you have taken SAT anytime in last 5 years, You don't need to write my entrance. I don't know what will make you understand. Imagine if you are SAT ready, you are 70% CUET ready also. Because CUET is nothing but SAT plus grade 12 domain knowledge. And grade 12 domain knowledge, you cannot do it till the time your midterms of grade 12 are over. SAT allows you to use calculator. You still don't want to prepare for that exam. But please understand, if Shivansh cannot prepare SAT by himself, nobody can. Not because Shivansh is great, simply because SAT is not a difficult exam. It's a tricky exam. It is not dependent on concepts. So you cannot buy a book and practice. It is dependent on strategies. And that's why I always say, an average student can top SAT and the most intelligent student can struggle at SAT. I'll give you example. Finger on your keyboard, all of you. Quick in the chat. Give me one random number that comes to your mind. Why is everybody giving me only positive numbers? Nobody gave me a 0 or negative. Welcome to SAT. The most obvious answer is the most incorrect answer. I never said give me a positive number. I said give me a random number. And that's why, and please understand, SAT happens online, is valid for 5 years. Please ask your child to write SAT in grade 10. If your child is in grade 9, write one more exam that your child should write. It is called PSAT, Preliminary SAT. And Guide and High School Moms provide phenomenal online classes for SAT and PSAT and advanced placements. Students from around the world take it. Rather, let me tell you, every policy at Guide and High School Moms is in your interest. We have a policy which is called Student Assurance Policy. Because your child can write SAT twice, because the best score will be counted. If your child wants to take SAT again to improve the score, we will prepare your child absolutely free of cost for the second time. And that's a documented policy. Yes, we will not give you discounts. The fees for SAT prep is 1,25,000 and it remains as it is because it includes taxes, it includes reattempt assurance, it includes books and material, and the classes are online. And the next SAT attempt now we are preparing for is for the month of June and then August, much before the midterms. But if your child writes SAT, 50 universities in India, your child does not need to write any entrance. 50. And it's the same exam your child will apply to UK, US, Singapore, Canada, Australia. If your child wants to study in the best of the universities, ek salah leke jaiyega. When an agent tells you that no SAT is not required, we will give admission only on the basis of IELTS. Remember, a great university will never give you admission on just an English language test. They will look at something more. So SAT is not optional. It is as good as mandatory. If you want to write 50 different entrances in India, don't take SAT. If you want to avoid them, please take SAT. If you want to wait till your board results for offer letters to come out, don't take SAT. If you want offer letters before your board start, take SAT. If you want to apply abroad for scholarships, take SAT. If you do not want to apply for scholarships, do not take SAT. Advanced placements. ये वो एग्जाम्स हैं जो 34 अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स में होते हैं. But if your child wants to go to an Ivy League, then your child needs to write just about 3 or 4 of them. They are in physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, economics, you name it. The benefit of these exams is when you take this exam, you are free from studying that subject in the first year and you're free from giving their fees. And that's why I say one advanced placement will bring down your fees by 10 lakhs. And now you will understand why my students write 4, but my son is writing 8. 2 he has already written in grade 10. 6 he's writing this year, May. but they only happen once a year. Talk to a good counselor. After counseling, they will tell you which advanced placements to take. So look at that. Third, profile building is done in 2 stages. Grade 8, 9, breadth profile, a little bit of speech and debate, a little bit of drama, a little bit of music, a little bit of sports. Grade 10, 11, depth profile. Whatever your child is doing good at, you create a narrative and a story around it. Otherwise, flame nahi ho raha, Ashoka nahi ho raha, Oxford nahi ho raha, Cambridge nahi ho raha, NUS nahi ho raha, Harvard, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, UCLA, UC Berkeley nahi ho rahe. But अगर आप इन 3 चीजों पे ध्यान दें, 2 to 3 years to build profile, applying in round 1, taking SAT and APs, and preparing a scholarship profile, then as long as your child is scoring 80-85% consistently, your child will go on scholarship, and that's a promise. With that, I will stop my presentation. I will leave you with the phone numbers where you can get in touch with us. The SAT batch. Just 1 second. The SAT batch for June and August attempt starts on 15th. The classes happen twice a week. There are options of Saturday, Sundays, and there are options for weekdays. The classes run for about good 2.5 months. Some students are able to give SAT immediately. Some need about 25 days more for practice. It's an online exam. There is no city in the country from where an SAT center is not within 50 kilometers. There are enough SAT centers in our country. School exams happen in various schools. Your child will have to take their laptop, and the laptop screen will be frozen with a software so that they cannot move around till the time the test is not completed. Else, you can ask the school to provide you laptop, but you have to make that choice at the time of registering for SAT. We'll tell you all that. But if you are looking at a top tier university like Ivy Leagues, including scholarships, be mentally prepared to spend 2 to 3 years, and be mentally prepared to spend good amount of money on SAT prep, AP prep, and college mentorship. Details can be taken from our guidance counselors in these 2 numbers. Like I said, SAT fees is where you should be bothered about, because that's where the journey starts. Start your child with your SAT and thank me by December this year, because your child will be free from writing any other entrance ever required. And even if your child needs second attempt or third attempt, we will help your child prepare absolutely free of cost. Like I said, fees is 1,25,000 for SAT prep, online classes. And for heaven's sake, bacha log, take online classes, because there is a difference when you read and write from a book and you read vertically. You need to get used to reading vertically for 2.5 hours and answering questions. See, kitni baar hota hai na? You are scoring well in tuitions, but you're not scoring well in exams. You know why? Not because you're a bad student, but because you're a bad test taker. And SAT is about becoming a good test taker. So that nuances matter. With that, we will send you the contact numbers on our WhatsApp, on your WhatsApp. For those of you who are looking at counseling, call up at the counseling with me. You can call up at the above number. For those of you who find that counseling is not required, you can go and take our career assessment, which will cost 5,000 rupees. And that career assessment is available on our website called gide.ai, which will help your child identify the right career. For SAT prep, call up at any of the numbers 9910225520 or 99588879749. With that, I am now opening for questions, and questions will be only taken from people who have been consistently on the camera, please raise your hands. Coming on the camera now will not help. Please raise your hands and I'll answer questions. Aditya, sorry, you are not on the camera. I'll take the question from Sarika Mehta. Sarika, please unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Hi, good evening. Please tell me which city, which class, and which school is your child going to, and what is your child's name?
सर मैं दिल्ली से बोल रही हूँ और
Okay,
मेरी बेटी का नाम जिया मेहता और वो
okay,
अभी 10th के एग्जाम दिए हैं उसने और वो कॉमर्स विद साइकोलॉजी एंड माइनर एडिशनल में मैथ्स ले रही है
okay.
बट सर उसका जो पैशन है वो डांस है और वो मतलब चाह रही है कि मैं डांस में कुछ आगे करियर में कुछ करूँ तो आप क्या सजेस्ट करोगे उसके लिए
मैम मैं 1 मिनट बाद सजेस्ट करूँ, मम्मी का फोन आ रहा है और मम्मी से आज भी डर लगता है। मम्मी मैं आपको
सॉरी
सॉरी मैम पहला ये सलाह मैं हर उस बच्चे को देता हूँ जिसको स्पोर्ट्स में मेसी बनना है या बेकम बनना है, जिसको म्यूजिशियन बनना है या जिसको एक्टर बनना है, और
जी
जिसको डांसर बनना है। इवन बर्कली स्कूल ऑफ म्यूजिक जो कि वर्ल्ड का नंबर 1 म्यूजिक स्कूल है, वो क्लियर
हम्म
बोलता है इफ यू वांट टू स्टडी म्यूजिक कम टू अस, इफ यू वांट अ जॉब आफ्टर म्यूजिक डू नॉट कम टू अस। ओके, प्लीज
ओके
अंडरस्टैंड, प्लीज टेल योर चाइल्ड find
ओके
a university where she can get a stable career first, and if that university has a great dance program which she can take as a minor, and that
ओके
university is affiliated to great dance clubs, sport clubs, music clubs, then that's a valid way of going about doing things. For everybody who wants to make a career in sports and you think you play great football, let me tell you, your chances for playing for a football team are minimal as per law of averages. So, how about going for careers in sports analytics, sports management, sports media and communication, sports law, and go to a university which is known well for their sporting teams so that if you have talent, the clubs will notice you. Do not compromise. Every time, passion does not have to be your career.
राइट सर बट आई डोंट नो कि वो कहती है मुझे डांस के अलावा कुछ करना ही नहीं है तो अब मैं उसको क्या सजेस्ट करूं
आप बोलिए कि डांस और साइकोलॉजी पढ़ ले, बिकॉज देयर इज अ करियर which is at the intersection of dance and psychology, okay, which is called musical
ओके
dance therapy, and it has a
ओके
lot of demand today. Anybody who suffers from um, you know, orthopedic problems, they are suggested to go to a person who is musical dance therapist so that easily उनकी muscle strength बढ़ाई जा सके without weights.
ओके
So it's career, but उसके लिए psychology
सर ये इन
and
इंडिया
dance.
है या आउटसाइड इंडिया
Genuinely outside India है मैम, इंडिया में ये कॉम्बिनेशन मिलेगा नहीं,
ओके
right? Thank you
ओके
so much, ma'am. I'll have to take another question now. Again, सारिका जी अपनी बच्ची को एसएटी दिलाइए अगर इंडिया में अच्छे कॉलेजेस में दिलाना है तो। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वी विल टेक फ्रॉम स्वप्ना विश्वनाथ सिंह। प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ स्वप्ना, which class, which city, which school?
Hi, sir. I'm Swapna. My daughter Samaira is in doing IG board from, she's just going into 9th. So I believe I was very positive to hear you through that I'm like, joined at the right time. So
Absolutely.
about the PSAT, like what is the preparations? Like is that also a provision in your
Yes, ma'am.
mentorship?
PSAT is so mentorship for colleges and test preparation. These are two different things, ma'am. Okay. Uh, when you come to a consulting company like ours, which is into top tier universities and scholarships, What you pay for is PSAT preparation separately. What you pay for SAT preparation separately. What you pay for is advanced placement separately. And then you pay for something called profile building and college mentorship. Okay. Yes. Are there packages from grade 9 to grade 12? Yes, there are. Okay. There is a whole package which you can talk to my team about it. Do we provide PSAT training? The answer is a yes, ma'am. The only two things to understand, Samaira beta, I'm talking to you now. The only two things to understand, Samaira, is number one, if 100 students prepare for PSAT, 65% of them, when they prepare for SAT, get a 1500 plus score, which is an awesome score out of 1600.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So law of averages say PSAT given at right time improves your thought process and logical ability and prepares the ground for SAT. Second important reason why do you take PSAT is because it increases your chances of scholarships, because it's the only exam in grade 9 which can tell a university that you were always inclined to go to a top tier university. Okay. Now, because PSAT is being done at a young age of grade 9, we do not run batches for PSAT, ma'am. We
Yeah.
run something called small group tutoring, which means for SAT, the batch will have 12 to 15 students, 12 new and 3 seats vacant for anybody who wants to repeat. For PSAT, the batch will have anywhere between 2 to 4 students only. Okay? Because
Yes.
PSAT में बच्चे को थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है because it's a new way of doing things, right? Though IGCSE students will take it up very fast, because my son has also been an IGCSE student and a PSAT student, and I can tell you that उनका level of mathematics CBSE वालों से कहीं अलग होता है, right? So we do provide online classes for PSAT. You can very well inquire. The fees should, for PSAT, the fees is about 1,75,000.
Okay.
This year,
One more
PSAT
thing.
is going to happen. PSAT is going to happen twice in the month of October, ma'am. So good time to start is now, because PSAT की तैयारी में 4 महीना लगेगा और bare minimum 2 से 3 महीना doubt clearing और practice में लगेगा.
Okay.
But again, classes will happen only twice a week.
Okay. And the profile building part, for a travel enthusiast like she is there something of a career option or a profile building add-on which she can work on, that which is
Can't tell you right now, but she can
okay.
develop a passion project around travel, right? Whether it could be a travel log on Instagram, whether it could be a travel blog. The question is, everybody thinks that travel is for, and I'll give you a free of cost idea. शायद इसके बाद आप मेरे पास नहीं भी आएंगे, लेकिन इसको एग्जीक्यूट करना बहुत मुश्किल होगा, तो इसीलिए आपको आना पड़ेगा. Everybody thinks travel is for rich and famous. Samaira, can you do something where people understand that travel is not for rich and famous? It's for people who have a vision to travel. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're able to do this, you'll create an awesome passion project.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You can speak to my team, ma'am.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
All right. Next up is Bhavika Mangwani. Ma'am has been there on the camera for long.
Hi, Abhishek. Thank you so much. And so sorry about my background. I'm in hospital right now. So, but
I understand.
it was a very, very enlightening session.
Question.
Okay.
Why are you
And the
joining?
question is, yeah. So my son, he's an average student. Okay. So around 75-80%. Can we as a parent, or there are a lot of his schoolmates and my cousins who are studying in US in good universities. Can we also aim for him, and he also wants to go? So can we take this thing as a part, or we should stick to like basic things because he's an average student?
Okay. Pehla, can you hear me well?
Yes.
First of all, what are you doing in hospital? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm here for a treatment, actually.
I just hope that you get well soon.
Yes.
And nothing beats a commitment of a mother who can join in even from a hospital. Nothing beats that. Salute to you. I mean, honestly, um, kudos to you. Anyways, a couple of things. Which class is your son in?
He's just passed out in his 9th grade and now moved to 10th.
Number one, it does not matter to me what he did till grade 9. Okay?
Okay.
As long as you bring him to us now, What will matter is what will happen after this. As long as we select the subjects well, chances are that 5-7-10%. तो आपको पता है मैम, कई बार क्या होता है, I'll tell you a real story of my son. He is right now world rank 31 in one of the toughest mathematics competitions in the world called American Mathematical Challenge. Okay. Could you believe it that he almost failed mathematics in grade 5? Nobody fails. He failed. And we have never given him tuitions for maths. How did he improve? He's a great coder, but he's not going for engineering. You know what I did? I taught him coding, because coding is not about becoming a coder. It is about building logic. It is about, if I input X, Y will come out. That logic got built so well that he started improving in mathematics. That logic got built so well that he aced becoming a drummer and a guitarist. And he speaks 4 languages and is a professional Spanish as well as a Japanese speaker. Professional. Not because he loves languages, because he has logic in place. Okay? So, होता क्या है, कई बार ना प्रॉब्लम होती ही नहीं है, एक छोटा सा पेच होता है जिसको थोड़ा सा लूज करना होता है और ऑयल फ्लो कर जाता है, हम जबरदस्ती प्रॉब्लम बना लेते हैं. My sense is, if you choose the right subjects for your child and if you give him the right guidance, 8-10% मार्क्स तो यूं ही भर जाता है. Okay? Do I need him to be in 90s to go to a top tier university? Answer is no, ma'am. But if he is a 75-80% kid, I do need a strong profile to place him into the top 50 universities. So now to answer your question, can you dream about him going to a top 50? Since your child is in grade 9, yes, you can. Come to me in grade 11? No, you can't. Okay? Will your child still be able to get scholarships? Yes, ma'am. As long as you start well on time. So yes, your child can make it to a top tier university in the United States. And there is nothing that you should be worried about if you get the right person to guide you. Next question है आपका कोई?
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This gives me a lot of confidence. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome. Thank you. All right. Next up. Who was there on the camera for a long time? Yati was there on the camera for a long time. And then we'll come to Sia Singhvi. You have been on the camera for a long time. Yati, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My daughter Yati has just cleared her ninth grade and she's in 10th. And she's a
Which city?
good, she is like in DPS Amritsar.
Mhm. Okay, go.
And like she has a very good relation with her friends, and she's a very good counselor in handling their emotional battles and other things also. And she's having a lot of leadership qualities, and she's very good in arts. Special, like she is good in digital art. So and a little dilemmatic that she is having towards SST and maths. She has to work a lot hard for these two subjects. So as you said, like maths has to be, taken till grade 12. So initially she was thinking to have PCB with psychology because she has a lot of inclination towards this, either clinical psychologist or being a neuropsychologist. So what do you have to say about it?
I already said what I had to say, ma'am. Maths is critical to keep till grade 12. अब आप इसको घुमा घुमा के भी पूछेंगे, एक काउंसलर का जवाब चेंज नहीं होगा. Understand this,
Okay.
that at least your child is lucky. Now, CBSE gives basic maths and standard maths,
Yeah, true.
right? So your child can take basic maths. Number 2,
Yeah,
next year boards, which your child will be writing,
yeah,
every exam will be available at higher level and basic level,
true.
right? So your child can still continue. मुझे आप
Yeah.
इतना बता दीजिए,
Mm-hmm.
do you want your child to study in good university or not so good universities?
Yeah, definitely. Good university.
तो या तो एसएटी देना पड़ेगा, और अगर आपको
Mm-hmm.
इंडिया में सेंट्रलाइज्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी रखना है तो सीयूईटी देना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, true.
मैथ्स आएगा तब क्या करेंगे?
Yeah. So
आप
I really liked your this thing that you have advised like SAT should be given in grade 10. So I really
100%.
like that one. Yeah.
I mean, if it was right for my child, it is right for your child, period. My
Yeah.
only problem is if your child is in grade 11 and if your child has still not written SAT, अगला
Mhm.
attempt दे दो भैया, thank you बोलोगे. If you are in
Yes.
grade 2 not writing SAT, तो अगस्त के बाद किस चीज को लेकर के अप्लाई करोगे? तो अभी दे दो. But grade 10
Yeah.
में लिखोगे तो at least you will have one option to improve it in grade 11.
Yeah,
And
true. I
and high
really
school
liked it.
moms and high school moms and guide is already committing to you. हमारी फीस बढ़ भी जाएगी तो भी
Mm.
enrolled student से दोबारा नहीं लेंगे.
Okay.
Right? So at least
Good.
start off and give it.
Yeah.
Maths मत छुड़ाइएगा. दूसरा, if she's a great counselor,
Mhm.
ma'am, counseling is a huge career for the future, whether it is criminal psychology, which is
Yeah.
called criminology, whether
Yeah.
it is counseling psychology, whether it is career counseling, whether it is forensic psychology.
Mhm.
Counseling is a great career for the future.
Mhm.
And the child is great in her interpersonal skills, and
Yeah.
she's great in her ability to counsel other students. I don't
Mhm.
think you need to be worried about anything. You can take PCB with psychology, but remember, no good university has a
Yeah.
psychology program without mathematics.
Yeah, that's a thing I'm little worried about.
Because psychology
Mm.
में रिसर्च करना पड़ता है, रिसर्च को ग्राफ्स पे
True.
प्लॉट करना पड़ता है.
Yeah. Even I'm a psychologist. I have done my research work in this, but I was a PCM student.
बेसिक मैथ्स दिला दीजिए मैम, मैथ्स छुड़ाइए मत.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a
Thank
good
you.
relief.
Please
Thank
ask her
you.
to take the SAT. You can call us, ma'am.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Guys, please understand, जिन्होंने भी मेरे को DM किया, एक बहुत interesting question आया. My child has moved from grade 9 to grade 10. Can he or she still give PSAT? The answer is no. PSAT is supposed to be given if your child is entering grade 9 now. If your child is entering grade 10, then it is SAT. Because grade 10 में PSAT देने की उसी को वैल्यू है जो अमेरिकन पासपोर्ट होल्ड करता है. इंडियन पासपोर्ट होल्डर्स को PSAT ग्रेड 10 में देने का कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. आई होप आई एम वेरी क्लियर. और इस क्वेश्चन को घुमा घुमा के मत पूछिए, बिकॉज मुझे एक ही बार में जवाब देने की आदत है. सिया सिंघवी, सर प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस विच सिटी, विच स्कूल, विच क्लास.
Hello, sir. My daughter, my name is Prashant, and my daughter Sia Shingvi. She's presently appearing for her 10th boards. She's in ICSE, and I just wanted to know she's interested in commerce post her 10th. So, which board should she select, considering the fact that she wants to go abroad for her
Okay.
future studies?
Okay. Two things here. Number one, is she doing well in ICSC?
Yes.
तो फिर बोर्ड चेंज क्यों करना है सर?
नहीं सर, मुझे ये पूछना यानी मुझे ये क्वेश्चन था कि ऐसा कोई, जैसे आईबी बोर्ड इट प्रिपेयर्स यू वेल फॉर दीज, जैसे आईडीपी है या तो फिर बाकी, यानी फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज के लिए वो ज्यादा प्रिपेयर
मैं
करते हैं,
आपको
ऐसा
बताता हूँ
कुछ है
क्या,
क्या?
मैं आपको बताता हूँ होता क्या है.
हाँ जी सर.
पहला, whether CBSE, ISC or IB or IGCSE, all four of them are equally valid both in India and outside India.
ओके
तो
ओके.
ये भी सोचना कि मैंने अगर इंटरनेशनल बोर्ड ले लिया तो मेरा बच्चा इंडिया में अप्लाई नहीं कर पाएगा, दिस इज कॉल्ड लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस. वो 100% इंडिया में अप्लाई कर पाएगा. इट्स
राइट
अ
राइट
वैलिड
ट्रू.
करिकुलम. अब मैंने अपने बच्चे को सीबीएसई से आईबी में क्यों डाला और कब डाला? मैंने डाला उसको ग्रेड 6 में, बिकॉज IB is not about studies, it is about way of life. Today, my child is great at 5 different things because that's how IB trains you.
ओके.
Right? But grade 11, 12 में IB में shift करना without talking to a good counselor. Now, you are talking to me right now, but this is not how we should talk. We should talk to your child,
एग्जैक्टली.
spend 1 hour, okay? And then
ट्रू.
decide whether the board should be changed or not. But फिर भी आपको एक सलाह देता हूं, अगर बच्चा ICSC में अच्छा कर रहा है तो इस वक्त बोर्ड चेंज करना इन ग्रेड 11 एंड 12 इज लाइक आ बैल मुझे बहुत जोर से मार.
राइट. ओके.
ठीक है?
यस सर. यस.
सिर्फ 2 यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जहां पे CBSE और ICSE एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है. एक है ऑक्सफोर्ड और दूसरा है कैम्ब्रिज. इन दो
Okay.
यूनिवर्सिटी में जाने के लिए आपको या तो बेयर मिनिमम 5 एपीज लेने होंगे एज अ सीबीएसई और आईएससी किड, या आपको इंटरनेशनल करिकुलम पढ़ना होगा।
Okay, sir.
बाकी दुनिया में कोई यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं रोकती।
Okay. Okay.
ठीक है। और
Right.
दूसरा एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रीजन देता हूं, बच्चे का स्कूल 11वीं में ना बहुत सोच के चेंज कराना। टीनेज बहुत मीन एज होती है, दोस्ती ऑलरेडी बनी होती है लोगों की, नए बच्चे इतनी आसानी से ग्रुप्स में घुस नहीं पाते। और एक बार बच्चे का मेंटल डिस्टरबेंस होना चालू हुआ तो क्या तो एसएटी करेगा और क्या प्रोफाइल बनाएगा।
सही बात है।
तो अगर सब कुछ सही चल रहा है तो क्यों आवेल मुझे बहुत जोर से मार, चलने दो।
Right. Sir, Abhi, and I'm also planning for this SAT and this career
प्लानिंग नहीं,
counseling.
अगर आप इसको प्लानिंग करेंगे ना तो नहीं होगा, इसको
नहीं सर,
चालू।
करना ही है, पर अभी बोर्ड्स चालू है तो वो 15th का जो बैच है वो
सर
कैसे ज्वाइन करे वो।
इनिशियल 2 क्लासेस का मेकअप चाहिए होगा। आप एक बार मेरे
चलिए।
टीम पूछिए तो सही, मेकअप देगा कि नहीं देगी।
ओके सर, ओके।
एक
तो
बार पूछिए तो सही कि
मेकअप।
मेकअप मिलेगा ना कि नहीं मिलेगा। अगर वो मना कर देना तो मत आना।
ओके सर,
Reason
ठीक
why
है।
we formed guide was because every other coaching institute was cheating us as parents, and that's
यस
when
सर।
school moms decided to create guide। और मजाक नहीं है ना कि सर कुछ ही सालों में 10,000 बच्चा आता है साल में।
नहीं, वो तो एक, आई मीन इट्स अचीवमेंट एक्चुअली।
राइट। सो
ट्रू ट्रू।
आप बात तो करिए, आप काहे टेंशन ले रहे हैं।
ठीक है सर, नो प्रॉब्लम।
थैंक
थैंक
यू।
यू सो मच, या थैंक्स।
Okay, about time to take a kiddo. Rijul Garg. Keshav, I'm coming to you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rijul.
Myself,
Quickly, class, school, and city.
I'm in class 10th currently, and I study in Bhavan Vidyalaya Panchkula.
Okay.
So, my question for you is like, I have very keen interest in biology and mathematics also a little, but I do not wish to become a doctor.
Bioinformatics. डिग्री का नाम लिख। बैचलर्स ऑफ साइंसेज इन अप्लाइड बायोइन्फॉर्मेटिक्स। दूसरी डिग्री का नाम लिख, बीएससी इन कंप्यूटेशनल बायोलॉजी। इन 2 डिग्रीज का आउटपुट एक ही है बेटा। टू बिकम अ बायोइन्फॉर्मेटिक्स स्पेशलिस्ट, स्टार्टिंग सैलरी फॉर दीज 2 डिग्रीज is about 20 lakhs in India and about 1.5 crores abroad. Ab lag ja guru to go into the best of the universities abroad
Yes.
so that you can graduate from there. Take the SAT. Rijul, are you
And
here?
sir, what would you like to choose PCB?
You
Or
should choose PCB with maths. Rijul, can you hear me?
Yes. Sir. Thank you.
Beta, my team is
Yes.
sending you a
Am I
message.
audible?
Yes, you are. तो अपना कैमरा बंद कर दे, तेरा नेटवर्क कम है। Bioinformatics, PCB with maths, SAT is a must to get into the good universities. Talk to
Okay,
your
sir.
parents and they
Thank you
can
so much.
talk on the number which I have given you.
All right.
बहुत क्लियरली समझिए। एसएटी का कॉमर्स, नॉन मेडिकल, मेडिकल, ह्यूमैनिटीज से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। SAT is just an entrance exam to get into the best of the universities, irrespective of the stream you are coming from. और दूसरा, स्ट्रीम के बारे में सोचना छोड़ दो, ये एज ओल्ड पुरानी प्रथा है। थिंक अबाउट सब्जेक्ट्स नाउ। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कॉमर्स विथ साइकोलॉजी is eco plus psychology and accounts plus psychology. Behavioral economics, behavioral finance. Humanities with AI. Psychology plus AI is true AI, because what is AI? A computer's ability to understand human behavior. Who understands human behavior the best? That's why the highest paid AI specialists in the world are not programmers. They are psychologists who have learned programming. So look at PCM plus economics. जैसे ही आपने इको एज अ ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट लिया, your child is both a non-medical student and a commerce student, because eco plus maths is the highest paid career, actuarial science. economic consulting, private equity, investment banking, and he could have gone into engineering also. सोचने का नजरिया है. Okay, coming back to where is my dude? Why can't I see you, Keshav? Can't see you. Okay, wherever you come back, I'll take you. Okay, I can see you now. Quickly, Keshav.
Good evening, sir. I
Good
hope I'm
evening.
audible.
Yes, you are, and thank you so much for
Sir,
being so good.
thank you, sir. So I study in Salvan Public School in Gurugram.
तेरे
So
स्कूल
I
में
have
आया हूँ
one,
यार.
yes,
I've
a
been to
few
your
months ago.
school. Yeah, I've
Yes, sir.
spoken at your school multiple times. Go ahead.
So I have a question that what are some careers I can pursue if I have passion for photography and I want to continue photography while considering my strengths being mathematics and event management and different types of photographies.
Are you good at coding?
Sir, I have learned the basics, but I have started to again start learning coding.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll tell you one thing. एक काम करते हैं. देख, photography is a art-based career. Okay. Photography can be learned by going to a design and art school. Photography can also be learned. Photography can even be learned outside the classroom. Correct? How about if you love mathematics, let's make a career in applied mathematics. देख, applied mathematics is a direct entry into stock markets. Applied mathematics is direct entry into space sciences. Okay? So why don't you choose a university where you can study applied computational mathematics, maths और computer science का मिश्रण है, और साथ में उनका फोटोग्राफी क्लब बहुत स्ट्रांग हो, और तू उसको ज्वाइन कर ले. First start by clicking photography for their university magazine, then for the college journal, then for the competitions. Can you understand? It's a progression. और फिर तू फोटोग्राफर बन गया वर्ल्ड रेनाउंड तो सब कुछ छोड़ देना, नहीं तो करियर तो स्टेबल है. झोला लटका के तो नहीं घूमना पड़ेगा.
Also, sir, let's say, sorry, sir, you can continue.
नहीं, I'm just telling you, beta. This is my suggestion to everybody. Start treating your career, okay, as if you are in love with your girlfriend or a boyfriend. Do not see that career as a passing affair. Your career is something that you need to be really in love with. And everything can go for a toss. Career cannot. वरना फिर वही होगा. आज से 15 साल बाद हम सब बात कर रहे होंगे डिनर टेबल पे, जैसे अभी मम्मी पापा करते ना. अरे यार, वहां पे उस टाइम पे जंगल था, उस टाइम पे अगर प्रॉपर्टी खरीद लेते तो आज हम भी करोड़पति होते. हर डिनर टेबल पे रात को ये डिस्कशन हो रहा है. प्रॉपर्टी किस्मत से बनती है, किस्मत से नहीं बनती. 11th स्टैंडर्ड में बिजनेस स्टडीज में प्रॉफिट का एक चैप्टर था. उसमें प्रॉफिट का एक डेफिनेशन था, जिसको बोला गया था प्रॉफिट इज द रिवॉर्ड ऑफ रिस्क टेकिंग. हमने रिस्क नहीं लिया, हमें नहीं मिला. जिसने लिया उसको मिल गया. ये तो किताबों ने पढ़ाया था ना. सो डोंट टेक, यू कैन टेक अ रिस्क बट नॉट ब्लाइंड रिस्क. टेक अ रिस्क कैलकुलेटेड. Don't invest your entire career in photography. Invest in a stable career. Build photography side by side. Okay?
Okay,
और
sir.
कोई क्वेश्चन?
Yes, sir. No, sir, thank you.
एसएटी दिया?
Sir, I have given the sample SCT that guide had provided, and I will be preparing for the June and August this year.
Wonderful. Good, beta. All the best.
Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. I've been speaking for long, and then I will take 2, 3 more questions. Avani, would you want to take some questions meanwhile? Ladies and gentlemen, she's a much better counselor than I am. If she's counseling my child, you are very well in safe hands. I'm sorry, I'm back. Sorry, been speaking for almost 2.5 hours now. So we'll still take a few questions. Sugandha Goyal, you've been there for long. Let's take you.
Hello, sir. I am a proud mom of twin daughters. So they are in class 10th. So they are in DPS Gurgaon. And there only I heard you for the first time a week before when you came. I was
Okay.
sitting there with my husband and it was
अब
very
शायद ही
inspiring.
शायद ही हिंदुस्तान का ऐसा कोई अच्छा स्कूल है जहां मैं नहीं गया होऊंगा. I remember seeing you, but thank you so much for being there. बताइए.
Yeah. So I have like two, three questions. So my daughter is like one of my daughters, she's like passionate about being a doctor because she has been inspired by the doctors in my family.
Okay.
But to be honest, from my side, I am not interested
Okay.
because of the length of journey and the toughness in life and everything. So I was actually thinking, do we have good medical options abroad where we can explore so that
We do have good medical options abroad, and the only thing that I'll tell you is we are a community and we are a company which only focuses on the top tier universities. ठीक है. हमने जब यूक्रेन की लड़ाई हुई थी रशिया से, तो मैं रात को सोया होऊंगा, फोन साइलेंट पे था. अर्ली मॉर्निंग जब मैंने फोन देखा तो देयर वर एटलीस्ट 100 मिस कॉल्स, एंड दीज वर ऑल रैंडम काउंसलर्स फ्रॉम द कंट्री ट्राइंग टू आस्क मी कि आप अपने बच्चों को कैसे लेके आ रहे हो. तो मेरे को आ गया गुस्सा. तो मैंने एक से बोला, बहुत एजड काउंसलर है, मुझे नहीं बोलना चाहिए था वैसे, मेरी गलती हुई. मैंने उनसे बोला, आप लोगों को ना कमीशन बहुत अच्छा लगता था, अब आप जवाब दो पेरेंट्स को. मैंने आज तक अपने 15 साल के करियर में एक बच्चा ना बांग्लादेश भेजा है, ना मॉरिशस भेजा है, और ना यूक्रेन भेजा है. सो फॉर मी द जर्नी इज वेरी सिंपल. when you want to go to a top tier university and do medicine, either you go to UK, Ireland, or US. That's it. And when you go there, UK and Ireland still give you bachelors, but again बैचलर्स का मेडिसिन में कोई वैल्यू नहीं होता. यूएस में एमबीबीएस नाम की कोई चीज नहीं होती, सीधे एमडी होता है. सो व्हाट यू डू इज समथिंग कॉल्ड अ बैचलर्स इन बायोलॉजी विच इज कॉल्ड प्री मेड इन यूएस, जिसके लिए आपको एसएटी दे करके 4 साल की वो डिग्री करनी है. 4 साल बाद आपके पास दो राउट खुले होते हैं. एक, यू कैन टेक एडमिशन इनटू एमडी प्रोग्राम वेयर यू विल स्ट्रेट अवे कम आउट एज एन एमडी, और बी, you can go and do bioinformatics, you can go and do anything. जस्ट रिमेंबर कि अब्रॉड से मेडिसिन पढ़ने के लिए मैथ्स इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया फ्रॉम अ गुड यूनिवर्सिटी. रीजन बीइंग उनका फोकस बहुत क्लियर है दैट आपको अगर टूल्स ही यूज करने नहीं आते, आपको अगर एवरेजेस निकालना नहीं आता, तो आप रिपोर्ट कैसे पढ़ेंगे. और अगर आपको यही नहीं पता कितने एंगल पे कितना इंच का ट्यूमर है जो आपको निकालना है, तो आप कैसे सर्जरी करेंगे. राइट. सो के लिए मैथ्स क्रिटिकल होती है. इंडिया में पीसीबी से हो जाता है, अब्रॉड में पीसीएमबी चाहिए होता है. But there are enough good universities for your daughter to look at.
ओके एंड सर ये हम लोग जैसे अब बच्चों को अभी दोनों मेरी डॉटर्स दे आर वेरी गुड इन ओलंपियाड, दे क्वालिफाई इंग्लिश साइंस मैथ्स लेवल 1 सब क्वालिफाई करते हैं एंड दे हैव बीन डूइंग इट फ्रॉम क्लास 7th. सो उसका कुछ बेनिफिट होता है क्या
100%
प्रोफाइल
yes,
बिल्डिंग
ma'am.
के लिए?
प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग में एक चीज याद रखिए, anything which is done in profile building will never have a negative impact. Everything that you will do will only have a positive impact. So Olympiads will showcase the academic prowess of your child, that वो
Okay.
क्लासरूम के अलावा कुछ और चीजें कर रहे थे. Right.
Okay.
Another
Okay.
interesting fact that I'll tell you, put both your daughters into our SAT prep, and we do have a sibling discount policy, right?
Okay.
So you will get a 10% off for both of your daughters. और ये मैं
Okay.
बहुत
No, this
बता
Saturday
रहा
they
हूँ.
are coming and writing the exam, the mock test which you have provided
और
for
आपको
SAT.
आपका नाम चला जाएगा उससे पहले, and be there, talk to our counselors, and
Okay.
you will get a sibling discount of 10%, ma'am.
ओके ओके एंड सर ये एमयूएन में पार्टिसिपेशन से भी
और मैं आपको
प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग में
और मैं
हेल्प
आपको
होता है?
एक और, अब हाँ बिल्कुल होता है. और मैं आपको एक और इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताता हूँ. आपको पता है अब्रॉड में यूनिवर्सिटीज भी ट्विन सिस्टर्स, ट्विन ब्रदर्स को बहुत कंसिडरेबली देखती हैं. व्हाट दे विल डू इज, वी जस्ट अ गुड काउंसलर विल हेल्प यू write a application to the university after admission that I have 2 children and it will be an enough financial burden on me. Can you look at some additional financial aid? And you will get it, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Sir, maybe if this Saturday we are anyways coming for the exam, So in case I will get connect with you again, maybe the
You'll not be able
counseling
to meet.
team.
You'll not be able to meet me, ma'am. You'll
Yeah,
be able
but the
to meet my
counseling
team.
team will be there, right?
Yes,
So
they
I
will be there and
can.
they will be able to guide you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Jayant Solanki.
Good evening, sir. I'm Jam Solanki. I'm giving my 10th boards right now, and I'm from Pacific World School, Greater Noida. I saw you come to my school, yeah. But at that point, when you were in the career counseling session, I was gone for an internship, so I couldn't really listen you that much.
ये
So,
कितना 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 अच्छा लगता है मुझे कि जब तुम लोग मुझे पहचान जाते हो and you know it even when you were not there.
yes, of course.
Such a
Uh,
proud feeling for me. Thank you, बेटा. बता.
हाँ सर, मेरा भी स्ट्रीम सिलेक्शन है। अभी तक मैं जब भी 10th में कोई भी सब्जेक्ट देता था, तो आई सॉ इट विद इक्वल आइज सो दैट आई कैन गिव माय होल एंड सोल अटेंशन टू इट. And primarily, I have cleared the A2 German exam right now, and I am an active immuner and debater. And so I'm really confused about my stream selection, subject selection at this point.
देख, I cannot give you the right subjects without counseling you properly. समझ बेटा, मैं सिर्फ करियर काउंसलिंग भी जब करता हूँ ना, it is still a matter of 2.5 hours for me. First time I will meet your parents and you are not allowed. And I'll be only on Zoom. Okay. Second meeting I'll have with you on the same day, they are not allowed. And I promise you, तू और मैं जो भी बात करेंगे मैं उनको नहीं बताऊंगा. Right? थर्ड मीटिंग में जाकर के मैं तेरा करियर निकालूंगा और करियर के बाद सब्जेक्ट्स निकालूंगा. बिकॉज कभी भी सब्जेक्ट्स पहले नहीं आते बेटा, पहले करियर आता है. आज एक बात बता, तुम जब ऑनलाइन आए तो तूने किसी भी रैंडम लिंक पे क्लिक कर दिया और ये सोचा चलो कोई भी सेशन अटेंड कर लेते हैं, या तेरे को पता था अभिषेक सर का सेशन है तब तूने लिंक क्लिक किया?
Second option, of course.
करेक्ट. सो डेस्टिनेशन कम्स फर्स्ट देन द जर्नी. गॉन आर दोस डेज जब सब्जेक्ट पहले सेलेक्ट करते थे और करियर बाद में. अब करियर पहले और सब्जेक्ट्स बाद में. हमें वो पढ़ना है जो इंपॉर्टेंट है, जो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है वो नहीं पढ़ना है यार. इमेजिन करना, डू आई नो एनीथिंग एल्स बेटर देन काउंसलिंग? नो, बट हु केयर्स? Cares? I have a best of the CA and the best of the lawyer to do their shit. I am known for counseling. I'm going to do that. So वो कर लेंगे. MUN और डिबेटिंग तू करता है तो तेरे को एक सलाह दे देता हूं, इस कम्युनिटी को ज्वाइन कर ले. It is the community and the passion project of my son called the Teen Debater.
Yes, I got it. Today I got to learn about it.
So go and join it, okay?
Yes, I have doubt from my father also.
Yeah, and it will really help you. And then try and get connected with Shivanshu over Instagram.
Sure.
Okay, he'll put you onto the right track. Sir, आपका क्वेश्चन जल्दी बोलिए.
सर मैं ये बोल रहा था कि जैसे अभी हमने जर्मन के अंदर इन्होंने A2 एग्जाम अभी क्लियर किया है, इसका कुछ बेनिफिट होगा फर्दर जाके?
बेनिफिट होगा, लेकिन जर्मनी नहीं भेजना है पढ़ने के लिए.
ओके.
Germany was known only and only for automobile engineering.
Okay.
But future, और समझिएगा, future cars are not automobile, they are electronic.
Yeah.
So the problem is not about the mechanics, the problem is about the battery life. तो अगर futuristic engineering भी करनी है तो या तो mechatronics करनी है या metallurgical करनी है. आप समझ रहे हैं? So जर्मन का फायदा होगा कॉलेज एप्लीकेशन में, बट जर्मनी नहीं भेजना है. इसका फायदा यूएस में भी होगा. तो कंटिन्यू करने दीजिए.
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है. इट डज नॉट मैटर तू 75% मार्क्स लाता है या 70. डिस्टिंक्शन लाता है, वेरी गुड. नहीं लाता तब भी कंटिन्यू कर.
ठीक है सर.
यस सर.
ओके, इट शोज योर कंसिस्टेंसी.
ठीक है सर.
ओके, ऑसम. एसएटी दिया है?
नहीं सर, नहीं दिया. अभी पता चला, कब से दूंगा.
प्रसाद बना के दूं तब देगा?
नहीं सर, अब से लग जाऊंगा.
You know, parents must be wondering ये किस तरह बात करता है.
नहीं सर. Okay.
I talk in a manner which is well understood by you. It's not that I cannot talk to you in a language full of finesse. But will you ever understand anything when you find something boring? No. Right? Okay. I'll have to take your leave now. It's been long that I've been talking. I look forward to see you on some other career and college counseling session. But if you heard me, the journey starts today, not tomorrow. If you heard me, it takes 2 years to build a strong profile. If you heard me, then SAT is not optional, but mandatory. And please take SAT as early as grade 10. If you haven't taken, take it today in grade 11. If you haven't taken, yes, you do not have many options, but please take it in grade 12 so that you can sit on an offer letter 6 months before board results are announced and you're not struggling to get into a good university with scholarship. Until next time, keep following High School Moms, keep connecting with guide.ai. At Guide, we are here to really help you get into a top tier university with scholarship. Good night. God bless you all. Phone numbers are coming on your WhatsApp. Don't worry.